Hello and welcome to episode 20 of my IXION playthrough. Game is paused, game is paused. We are currently in, we never actually got the name of this system, the Theta Crucius system. We have found the command center of the Entamanaki, which has been destroyed with bodies all over the place. This is causing problems, or at least it's not yet, but it will cause problems very soon. It is giving us a -1. That -1 has a timer on it though, and that concerns me. I don't know if it's counting up or counting down, but either way, I want to get the IXION out of here, or rather the Tyquin out of here sooner rather than later. Let's just check battery lives. This one is the lowest, 24. How long is it going to take the IXION if I tell it to go? 26, so we're going to have to power something down. We can't move yet because we need the IXION here to complete this. Once this has been completed, I'm hoping I can get the hell out of here. That's the plan. We have research on the way. We're going to be getting... which one is this next? Yes, this mess hall upgrade will be the one for allowing the mess hall to feed more people. And then the one after it will hopefully increase our food efficiency by 50%. And then the one after that will increase it by another 50% to double food efficiency. At that point, we can actually start turning some food buildings off, at least temporarily. We have crew shortages everywhere, but that's... oh, we're towing the line. We can always remove the policy that's... I forget the specific wording of it. It's given us benefits. Working hours. The beneficial working hours that... assisted working hours, I think it's called, or something along those lines. We could get rid of that. I still kind of want to redesign this at some point. I'm not entirely happy with the way it's laid out. I kind of want to get it up to a tier 2 space building, but at the minute we don't even use these. So I don't know. We have this disabled for crew reasons, don't we? Yeah. We currently don't need it. But if we get... or it's probably not going to be too long before we get another negative from somewhere. So we'll see. This isn't powered in the minutes. This isn't powered because we're waiting for this policy timer to finish so that we can change this. Okay, I have caught myself up. I have caught you up. Let's go. So yeah, in 1.6. Okay, that's counting down. So I reckon that's going to become permanent if we are still here after it's finished counting down. Seems the most logical answer. We've turned that on, but we're not currently. That's something I did realise. Having it on for 30 cycles is actually easy because you don't need to feed it the bodies. You can just have it on. We will feed it, start feeding it the bodies though. Any crew we move over to Sector 5 will be manual for the time being. We're not going to worry about that. Probably going to get another probe in a second. Okay, that's ferrite and carbon. We have ice over there. Ah, we have ice nearby. We don't need it, but I think I will get it. How close are we? Once this is done, I'm just going to confirm that the next thing doesn't require the Tyquin to stay here, and if it doesn't, we're gone.
science ship team has completed a task.
Okay. Administrators, the Remus coordinates aren't here. As you know, Vol coordinates are incredibly complex algorithms that require advanced technology for their storage and application. We did identify a storage area within the command center, where such equipment, perhaps including that stolen from the Protagoras, should have been held, but it has been ripped away, shorn by cut-in lasers and taken. There is some small hope. A single damage calculator terminal was found. Power supplied from the Tyquin has allowed us to access it. It appears that the Entomanaki's final moments, while they attempted to address the colossal damage to their ship, the crew were able to identify and record the self-similar signature of their attacker as it withdrew. Perhaps they hoped to later mount some sort of pursuit. The recovery of the stolen coordinates of Remus later mount some sort of pursuit to recover the stolen coordinates of Remus. We are now in possession of that signature. It belongs to the Pyranus, a ship of the Black Market Society. This is where our final hope fades. The few officers' logs we have found detailed that their attackers are terrifying. It seems likely that their coordinates the coordinates of Remus are now on board the Pyranus. Having processed the data we have found in the center, and thanks to old recordings of now inactive distress signals, we have been able to locate another part of the Entomanaki, which has drifted across the system. The other part of the Entomanaki. So, let's see. The iceberg team will analyze the Pyranus attack on the Entomanaki. The Tyquin should keep close. I can leave and come back, but I don't know whether or not that's going to start and stop the timer. The timer should still have 3 cycles left on it at least. But I don't like the fact it's counting down. Let's investigate further into the Pyranus attack. We're fairly sure we know what the Entomanaki's previous mission objectives were. They were to basically not necessarily hunt down Dolos, but they were obviously trying to deliver everyone they were on it to Remus, and Dolos had the coordinates to Remus. Which is why they went after the Protagoras. So I don't think this is useful information. This is useful information. Pause. Okay. We will have to pause immediately after The next section we can wait, so long as we can get out of this cloud in like 3 or 0.3 of a cycle. It's probably possible. We're going to have to be very quick on the draw. We need to increase available power. Okay, that's enough. Which finishes first? This finishes around about the same time. Okay. Carbon, some ferrites. Oh, actually a fair amount of ferrite, that's good. Damn it. That's what I was worried about. This is a dangerous space area. If there's any resources in here that we need to go to, we could potentially lose the entire ship. Or an entire ship. Ice isn't needed in the minute, silicon not so much either, so let's focus on things like ferrite and that. I think what we'll do is the second this finishes, we'll pause, we'll see what the next bit is. If the next bit requires the ship to be there, we will bail out now.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Sector 1, Sector 5, it's fine. Nothing to worry about. Sector 1's okay, and some of the workers have come off of being heavily injured. So we can turn this back on if we need to.
A probe has completed its scan.
There's some ice if we need it. Did I just hear that? I did. Okay. Interesting. It did say that we'd found or located the other locations or other parts of the thing, but I'm hovering over the spacebar. I don't want to know what happens if that timer reaches 0.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
Okay. Let's do things.
Science ship team has completed a task.
I'm almost certain that's gonna become permanent if we don't get rid of it, like, now. Waste destruction, waste recycling. Yes. Okay. Let's power that off. And power that off. And then we can power this on. And power this on. And we can set this to waste. Check crew. Yeah, it's more or less what we expected to be the case. What else? We need to add this to our waste list. I disagree. It'll have to wait then. Okay. The Entimanaki paused in the Cook's system. It was surprised and attacked by the Piranhas. Reports indicate colossal casualties. The UN crew was able to find a flaw in the Piranhas defense system and managed to mount a boarding assault. The Piranhas responded by firing its main weapon before fleeing the system. The last survivors of the attack, who could not enter cryopods, either died from the cold or slowly asphyxiated in the days that followed. Okay. An event requiring the Tyquin is in progress. Initiating movement now will pause the event. Initiate movement. Yes. Let's see if we get out of here quick enough and if it resets the timer. If it doesn't reset the timer, then there's no point there being a timer in the first place because you have to stay there longer. I imagine that this cloud here, this cloud here, this cloud here, and all of the other clouds are going to have exactly the same problem, which means you're going to spend more than 5 cycles in it anyway. Why have the timer then? This is going to be very close as to whether or not this reaches 0 before we leave. Okay, we absolutely should be outside of it now. We're outside of the cloud. Game, you lie. Well, it didn't become permanent. But it's still saying that it's there. There we go. Maybe it was temporary? I wasn't willing to take that chance. This may have been entirely unnecessary, but yeah, I was not willing to take that chance.
A probe has completed its scan.
And we have another probe available. Okay, that gives us the research there. That should have finished that. Now we can go to the mess hall and research that. Next probe we'll send to here. We probably have the power. What I don't think we have is the crew. Oh, no, we have the crew. We can do this. Space specialization tier 1. Because what I'm thinking about doing in here is moving these two in and having all 4 of them on that row with the availability or the potential to basically expand this bottom row if we need to later. And maybe just having like nothing but EVA in here. EVA in research. This can get moved into here, we just haven't moved it yet. We've basically arrived. We'll allow the batteries to recharge and then immediately head back and see whether or not this works.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, you scan there. What does the scan information? Our probe has indicated a signal originating from a chain of mountains that border the acidic ocean on P-38. Okay, we have arrived. Let's let these things recharge because they really do not take long. Whoa, that's already finished? Pfft. How did that finish so quickly? Industrial enzymes. Okay, we don't need them immediately, so let's start that. I don't really want to get additional beds yet. And then I think we'll queue that one up. Okay, still waiting for the battery here to fully charge. And once it is, we can send us over. Okay, now we can start. Actually, I know what I was gonna do is I was gonna power that one off. Because that also reduces water usage. Okay, gives a whole bunch of crew back. Now what I want to do is I want to move this. I want to put that there. And that can be unassigned. And then I want to basically disassemble this. We'll have to do this at the perfect time, or we're going to cause problems for ourselves. Alloys, let's reduce the amount of alloys allowed to be stored in here. Let them go somewhere else. That activated. Okay. Now we see whether or not this was a clever idea that worked. Something we didn't need to do at all. Or something else. Total waste of time. Okay.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
The animosity between former crew members of the Protagoras and the Entimanaki has become... Game. We haven't picked up any crew from the Entimanaki yet. I was planning on picking them up if that was going to happen. However, I wasn't planning on... We haven't found crew from the Entimanaki yet. The crew we are waking up is crew from the previous system. This event here, should have been tied behind finding the crew in this system, not simply waking crew up in this system. Yeah, the devs are morons. They haven't thought through a lot of this stuff. We shouldn't be getting this yet. We can deal with it. Not a problem. We can probably deal with this. The animosity between former crew members of the Protagoras and the Entimanaki is becoming a problem. Accommodating survivors from both crew together in the Tyquin threatens the stability of the station. KN Protocols recommends temporary separation till tensions ease. Initiate population transfer, and individuals will be sorted automatically using the DLS data. 100 crew members will be moved from Sector 4 to Sector 5 to address... Sector 5 can't house them, you fucking moron of a game! Hey, this new sector that they opened up, they haven't built out yet and don't have the crew to expand currently. Just dump a bunch of people in there. What could go wrong? It will be done. It's better than running the risk of them, because I'm fairly sure there will be consequences if we ignore this. While it's true we must put aside our differences, Group A killed a bunch of Group B. Okay. The problem is that we do not have resources here or homes for them. Ah, game. Why? Well, fortunately, things are not as bad as I'm making them. We have 80 here already. Everyone in here is a worker. So we only have 20 spare. If we build 2 more, that'll give us the population we need. So we will have to replace these later, but we was going to have to do that anyway. There's plenty of alloys about. I need Sector 3. Sector 2 store or Sector 4 storage as well. Give priority. We can refill the storage later. This is what the storage is here for. We also then need to do the population move from Sector 4 to Sector 5. You're not going to have any houses for a moment. But don't worry, they'll come in time. Wait, did we lose
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Did we lose a benefit to our hull? Repair. No, I think it was just because of how low it was when we activated that 4th one. Stockpile Sector 3. Is this online? This is online. Okay, good. These 2 need to get moved somewhere in this middle line. Just because
probe has completed its scan.
Let's have that there, and then set both of them to paused. We're also going to need like 2 for water. So that becomes food, that becomes food. This will become ice, this will become ice. Actually no, these want to be a big one. Basically this one wants to go there, so what we'll end up doing is dismantling this and then we'll rebuild it here. We need a temporary store for this, so I think we'll let that one build and we'll take this one down. This will get moved over into here. They're paused, that's paused, they're turned off. Okay. We have hydrogen. We don't have anywhere to store it currently though. We don't need more ice, we need more materials.
Population transfer complete.
Yes, yes, we know it's being sorted.
Entering debris field.
Okay, that did reset it. Your house is being worked on, don't worry. I wonder how this is almost out of battery. Result of these, result of that.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, yes, this is done, so... Determine their main objective. Yep, we're working on it, we're working on it. See, even with we had these guys angry at us for a while. Net result? Still 100% trust. This is why trust is a pointless endeavour. And look, we didn't even get anything for it. No benefit whatsoever over to doing it. It makes me just wonder, so why don't I just ignore it? These don't appear to be helpful in any way, shape or form. I'm still worried about that becoming permanent if we stay in here too long. If I disassemble this now while it has nothing... There we go, neutral. And then we disassemble this. Now that the road is built, we can plonk that down. Ah, that was the problem. Okay, we have to cancel the destruction. Let's stop imports of imports into here. Okay, everyone else okay? Everywhere else is okay. So this will end up having 200 workers, this will end up having 300 workers. This will end up having 300 workers. This one also will end up having 300 workers. We've put in the 100 non-workers. But this is before we've upgraded the housing. Which is what we're working on currently. Once we've upgraded the housing, then all of it is less of an issue. How much are we using at the minute? To repair the hull?
science ship team has completed a task.
Where is that metric? Pause for a second. I've seen that metric before, I just can't remember where. It was where it tells you you're using this amount per cycle to repair the hull. I mean, we can turn it off at this point. Oh right, it's here, isn't it? 6 per cycle, but that was before I turned that off. Okay. We do have these active, I think at the minute.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
You were supposed to have fixed that, devs! 5 crew members were injured. Again, it doesn't appear like they're penalising you on the worst case scenario anymore. So I get an accident based upon condition being optimal rather than extra hours. Makes things tight, but it's fine. That's less fine. The minute we don't have anywhere for that to go. Good, that gets dismantled for free, that's what I was hoping for. But we don't get the free one back, which is weird. We have to construct it again. Yeah, odd. It's fine, it works anyway. We don't need these here at the minute anymore. The other wallet place is full, so we can turn these off. Oh, actually, no, I just turned them on. That's not what I wanted to do. Dismantle these. And that should give us enough room here for 2 large bins that we can fill with ice. I didn't hear this complete. My bad. By powering the command center, the iceberg team was able to extract and analyze core mission data. The Ep20 was a UN ship initially launched to find other exoplanets. Early data logs from their voyage indicate a glaring lack of progression to accomplish such a task. In the absence of a habitable exoplanet, they seem to have conceded on the search for what the UN had designated as They seem to have concentrated on the search for what the UN had designated as enemies of humanity, Dolos, and the Ashatanagis. By boarding the Protagoras, the Ep20 was able to locate Remus. Okay. Let's get out of here. Oh, that was supposed to take 3 cycles. Oh, okay, I think I might understand how that's working now. That is battery, that is battery, that's battery, that is battery. Yeah, these will all last. So I think it's an effect that lasts for 5 cycles irrespective. So I think it's just like when you enter there, you have the debuff for 5 cycles, and if you're still there, then it's going to get refreshed.
Administrator, we have found the Piranesi's signature stored in the Ep20's destroyed command center. It is a ship unlike any other in our records, a formidable opponent, now in possession of the Remus coordinates. The eventual failure of the Tycoon's hull is inevitable. We have no other choice but to confront the Piranesi. Before we leave the system, we must find a way to develop an effective countermeasure strategy.
Okay, good. So we can now make these. That's what I was thinking. They don't give you more power, but they do need circuits. Awaken 2,000 cryopods. I think before we can even begin to do that in some places, we need to... Yeah, we're going to need to get the next research in the line. So we need to get additional beds first. And then start upgrading all of the buildings. At least for locations where we don't have all of the buildings built already. This one here we can probably start switching things out. And yeah, in this one here we can quite literally just build one, destroy one, build one, destroy one. So that one we can already start on. You're not homeless, there's plenty of spare rooms in here. We can do it in here. We can't do it in here. We can do it in here. Is this sector on the electronics? It's not.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
I can, but there's no reason for me to do so at the minute. Oh yeah, we can just disassemble that one there. Waiting on that one. That one is ready, and in this goes. Okay, I assume you're done. Since we're over here anyway, you may as well come over join us. Interesting, it has just given us the location of these now that we've finished. We didn't actually need to send probes after them. Carbon there. some ferrite nearby as well. Send it after the carbon. We're going to need to eventually upgrade our things. I think we are breaking even mostly in terms of how much ferrite we have. Yeah, we need to dispose of some of the carbon we have. And let me think for a second. There was something else we could spend carbon on. What was it? Ah, yeah, it was reducing the quantity of these so that we could potentially upgrade them, weren't we? I'll have to think of that. Think about how I want to do that.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
More carbon. That may just be the carbon we already had. We didn't identify ferrite. There's not much of it. Okay, this is almost here. Find a countermeasure for its attacks. Build enough batteries so that at least five sectors will have backup power for 5 cycles. Good lord!
A probe has completed its scan.
That's a lot of backup power it's asking me to have. We have space here for a larger battery. That has room. We can make room here for a larger battery. I mean, we can always remove these, and then move that up there and that over there. The next size, or the largest size battery is 7 by 7. Oh, we got our additional beds. I'm not sure what to start on next. Oh, wasn't you supposed to be queued already? I thought this should have been queued by now. Now let's get that and that. Oh no, it looks like it was started but for some reason was cancelled. Did additional beds get cancelled? No. Actually, let's cancel that one. I think I want to start getting more efficient use out of resources, potentially. Sorry, adjusting my headphones. So that is 300, that's 700. As it stands, and that's 700 not including the extra 10% we can get there, or the extra 20% maximum. As it stands, our current batteries, we have 4 of them, they have 100 each, we have 400 battery power. So this would almost double it. Deconstruction chance during weather conditions is reduced by 50%. There's so many of these that I kind of want to get. It's going to be a matter of prioritizing which ones do we want to get first. I think this is mostly just build speed. I'll reduce it from 30 to 25. Polymers we're kind of okay on. Reduces power by 2. 13 alloys. If we run out of alloys, then we have huge problems. Recycling alloys cost 10 fewer waste. This reduces... Recycling electronics is 20% faster. Recycling... I need to think carefully about this. We're going to be in this system for a while, one way or another. We know this much. We know that the game wants us to get 2,000 more crew, or wake up 2,000 more crew. So it must either think or know that there is 2,000 more crew in this sector. We know this sector has some pretty nasty storms around that could destroy the solar panels. The solar panels are not cheap. But we don't need the heat, or we don't need them at the minute. Our food supply is currently fine. We just sorted out our quarters issue. We're going to be getting our medium stockpile. Because of the way I have things laid out, I don't believe I need the extra parking thing at the minute. Getting some of these down would be nice, but I think I'm going to put them all in Sector 6. And have Sector 6 be a huge, dense population area. That has the exodrome, the health centre. I don't think I'm going to put the observatory there. Actually, I might do. It's not going to have anything else attached to the wall. Maybe. The drone bay will probably go over there as well, and before we open Sector 6 we'll get train stations. Water treatments we're probably okay without at the minute. Before we do our next colonization thing, I would like to get these two, but we don't have a planet that we can colonize yet, so we can move along. We're about to use a lot of chips. We can reduce this all the way down to a 33% efficiency improvement. Now, is it more prudent to do that, or is it more prudent to get the solar panels sorted? It depends on how long all of this research is going to take and how much research we are going to get from what's in this hot area that we are in at the minute. I don't believe we can protect. Science generated during exploration is increased by 5-10% science generation. Yeah, we can't improve the ability of that to survive in storms. Okay. Cargo ships are more likely to endure dangerous weather conditions. I think we get those. I'm guessing the scientist ship must be basically immune to weather conditions then? Because there's no way to improve their survivability. Yeah, so getting these two first is going to be our higher priority. Probes move faster. Scouting radius is increased. Scouting radius is increased. Probe polymer cost is reduced by 2, reduced by 1. Construction speed is not helpful. Diversion task. Getting increased range would reduce the amount we need, but we're making them faster than we can send them out. Or faster than we can collect the resources from where we're sending them to, so I don't think we need to. So, okay, that's sorted. Do we have a probe available in the minute? We don't. Science ship is here. We may as well get this started. Actually, no. Looking at the time, I think there will do for now. Let's have a quick look. Ah, fat fingering the wrong button. Okay, they're all going to take a while to construct, and we're going to need way more alloys than we currently have. So maybe we do want to get, after we've got the survivability for our mining craft and our transport crafts, maybe the next thing we do is make the foundries more efficient, the steel mills. It also might be a good idea to get more of them picking up the ferrite. We have 2 of them dedicated to it, and then the others are going elsewhere. I was kind of assuming that these would also be picking them up. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Let's find the planet. There's the planet. We'll be back again on Friday with more of this, where we'll continue to try to not get our crew killed or have any more stability decreases up until the point that they complain we've been in the system too long. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheerio.